News at noon starts right now.
Later on this afternoon, Governor Greg Abbott is going to be heading to Eagle Pass. He'll be talking about border security. This comes after a Louisiana judge blocked the Biden administration from lifting Title 42, a federal health order that's been used to quickly deport migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border.
The governor will hold a press conference around 5 this evening. We're going to have details in our later newscasts.
People in Boerne have been waking up to some pretty bad news, finding out that their cars have been burglarized.
Boerne police say more than a dozen vehicles and at least one home were hit overnight, but officers were able to make 5 arrests. As
Katrina Weber reports, it wasn't too easy. One officer walked away from the arrest with a few bumps and bruises.
A social media post from Boerne police announced the news about some especially busy overnight car burglars. Many people, though, already had found out firsthand.
I looked on the camera and saw somebody trying to get in the vehicle, but it was locked.
An alert from Clyde Saunders' security cameras woke him up after 3:30 this morning. He quickly called police to his Woods of Frederick Creek subdivision.
Multiple suspects that were turned out to be a stolen vehicle ended up hitting our police vehicle.
One officer was left with minor cuts from the crash. The others chased and caught 3 suspects right away, then tracked down 2 more later. Meanwhile, police found out this wasn't the only neighborhood hit. They also had calls about break-ins from Boerne Heights and Kendall Creek Estates. In all, more than a dozen cars and 1 home hit. Police say the suspect's car was filled with stolen items.
So far, it looks like tools. We've got several firearms that were in the stolen vehicle.
Chief Perez says although these suspects are young, the oldest of them just barely out of their teens, he believes they may have been at this for quite a while. He says he plans to compare notes with San Antonio police to see if these may be suspects in some crimes there.
Just walk up, get into the car, grab what they can grab that's valuable to them, and then take off.
Saunders says he learned a lot from previous car break-ins. Police wish other people would too. They say in most of these cases, car owners had left their doors unlocked. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
It's brother against brother. A jury now deliberating a capital murder trial. Eduardo Torres, accused of taking part in the 2016 robbery and shooting death of 21-year-old Nathan Valdez. Valdez was near a bus stop on South Presa when Torres and his brother are alleged to have attacked him. This trial started last week, and the suspect's brother, who was also charged in the case, Leonard Torres, took a plea deal and testified against his brother last week, saying Eduardo handed him the gun. If found guilty, Eduardo Torres is automatically sentenced to life in prison.
All right, it has been a whirlwind of weather the last few days. We had 101 degrees Saturday afternoon, and then we had storms.
And wait a minute, we also had a cold front, and it was chilly on Sunday.
It was, but it was nice. You know, it was nice to get some of that cooler air in here finally. Now we need some of that rain. There is a good chance of rain overnight tonight. We have another chance coming up Tuesday night, too, so there's some opportunity here. I want to show you the radar first. We've got a little storm trying to pop up out in Uvalde County. This is moving off to the north and east. It's a small little storm, but we are detecting some lightning with it just within the last 30 minutes or so. Also notice a little bit more activity out west around Del Rio, an indication that we're starting to get more lift moving in here around South Texas. So we'll zoom in a little bit closer. And this storm, this small storm, is right over Sabinal, crossing over Highway 90. And again, there is a couple lightning strikes associated with it. We'll zoom in a little bit closer here. It is moving north and east. It's going to bring some pretty heavy rain, and probably already is, to the city of Sabinal as we speak, as it crosses over 127 there and then works northeast into Medina County. That's just one storm. The radar is going to get far more active, I think, as we go into the late afternoon hours, and especially tonight. Here's what you need to know over the next 36 hours or so. We'll see warm, more humid conditions today and some isolated storms popping up, just like we're seeing now. Tonight, scattered storms, some severe. We'll initially see the storms develop out west and then work their way towards San Antonio overnight. A bit of a break tomorrow, then more storms late Tuesday night. More severe weather will be possible. We look at the satellite picture, starting to see some breaks in the clouds here around San Antonio. Still some high clouds, and I think we'll see a partly to mostly cloudy day. Temperatures at this hour sitting at 78 degrees at the airport. 74 Helotes, 80 in New Braunfels, 75 Seguin. Where we see more sun, we'll get some pretty warm temperatures today. 83 degrees by 2 o'clock, 20% chance of rain, 30% chance at 4 o'clock, but we bump it up to a 50, even 60% chance by 8 p.m. Temperatures in the upper 70s, and then there are those good chances of rain tonight. 70% chance overnight. And there could be some pockets of heavy rain. We're going to talk more about that severe threat, how much rain we could expect, and those that next round of storms coming up Tuesday night. We'll have more on that in just a bit, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Now to a traffic alert. TxDOT closing several roads all around town. That includes some major highways. Traffic Authority's Stephen Cavazos has a look at the information drivers need to know and how to avoid some traffic headaches.
We want to make sure that you plan your commute. There will be several closures taking place over the next few days and into the early days of June. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what is happening. Right now, Loop 410 over on the west side of San Antonio, there will be some column work. Drivers, keep in mind, this is current, but should be wrapping up on Monday, June 6th. That will be overnight from 8 in the evening to 5 in the morning. That's when you can expect alternating full closures in both directions there at Culebra Road intersection. Let's also take a look and see what's happening over here off Loop 337 in Comal County. There we'll see a metal beam guard fence installations. This is also current, but should be wrapping up on Tuesday, May 24th. When we can expect that taking place is from 7 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. There will also be a single northbound main lane closure right there at River Road. Let's take one last drive over to State Highway 151, also on the west side of San Antonio. Some barrier work taking place. That is current, but should also wrap up on Monday, June 6th. That will start at 9 in the morning and wrap around 3 in the afternoon. That's when we'll see an alternating westbound main lane closure from West Military Drive to Ingram Road. So, of course, for the latest on anything that could be impacting your commute, just head over to KSAT.com/traffic, and that'll have the latest on those closures taking place in your area.
All right, you can pull out the phone right now, scan the QR code on the screen, gets you the traffic section at KSAT.com. There you can take a closer look at all the closures that Stephen was just talking about. You can also find out the current road conditions.
Happening tomorrow, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio is hiring, and they're going to be hosting an in-person job fair tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. They're looking for full and part-time RNs and PRNs and registered respiratory therapists. The career fair is going to be held in the Administration Conference Room D inside the Children's Hospital. It's at 333 North Santa Rosa. And we're just one day away from the 2022 Texas primary runoff elections. Key races that we're keeping an eye on include the race for Bexar County Judge. Former District Court Judge Peter Sakai going up against State Representative Ina Minaharis for the Democratic nomination. Whoever wins is going to face Republican nominee, former County Commissioner Trish DeBerry. We're also going to be watching the races for Texas Attorney General and the Congressional District 28 seat. We have a sample ballot. It is online, KSAT.com. Also there, an article breaking down everything you need to know, like how to vote, polling locations, and what you need to bring. The Texas primary runoff, again, it's tomorrow. Polls open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Now to the news on the vaccine front for children 6 months old to under 5 years old. Pfizer saying they are ready to submit their vaccine to the FDA for emergency use authorization. Preliminary data shows its 3-dose vaccine was 80% effective against symptomatic COVID. ABC's Aaron Katersky has the latest.
Pfizer said 3 doses of its COVID-19 vaccine are 80% effective at preventing children 6 months to 5 years old against symptomatic COVID infection. 18 million children under 5 have been ineligible for a vaccine, but shots from both Pfizer and Moderna are expected to be authorized for this age group early this summer, likely as a 3-dose vaccine for Pfizer and 2-dose vaccine for Moderna, though Moderna is studying a 3rd dose. Each shot would be 1/10 of the adult dose.
Those data are being looked at very closely right now by FDA experts. And my expectation is that as soon as that analysis is done, probably within the next few weeks, we're going to get that expert outside committee, the VRBPAC, and then after that, FDA is going to make a decision. So my hope is that it's going to be coming in the next few weeks.
School-age children in Philadelphia are wearing masks again.
I didn't realize that we were in high. I just found out reading it last night and getting the emails and whatnot from the superintendent, so I'm all for it.
The school district reimposed a mask mandate amid a rise in cases. Infections are rising all over the country, but in New York, the mayor said he would not reinstate an indoor mask mandate despite a recommendation from the city health department.
COVID pivots and shifts. So we're not going to panic. We're going to continue to be prepared. That's the key.
The mayor, however, said wearing a mask indoors is a good idea. Public health experts agreed.
I feel that very strongly, that in crowded indoor spaces, in places with high transmission, people should be doing that. And our job, certainly in the administration, is to make sure that people have access to masks, people have access to vaccines, access to therapeutics, and testing. All of that we're working on as well.
The Biden administration is planning for a wave of infections this fall and winter. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
During the month of May, organizations like the Center for Healthcare Services joining forces in an effort to raise awareness about mental health. For Mental Health Awareness Month, the organization is having a fundraiser. It's to help fight the stigma surrounding mental health. Tiffany Huertas reports on how these services have been impacting locals for years now.
I was dealing with a lot of anxiety, depression, even voices.
Jacob Benavides says he began searching for resources in San Antonio and came across the Center for Healthcare Services.
This kind of mental health struggle kind of came upon me out of nowhere.
The center serves adults, children, and veterans. 1 in 5 people in Bexar County are dealing with mental health challenges. Jacob not only received services, but is now helping others.
And I'm able to now utilize my experiences and story and what's worked for me to be able to assist others in their recovery process.
For 56 years, the organization has been helping people in our community. And for Mental Health Awareness Month, they are hosting a fundraiser at Raising Cane's.
A percentage of their proceeds will come and help the center, which in turn helps us continue to train this community about mental health first aid and how individuals can really become more comfortable with the vocabulary associated with mental health disorders.
For Jacob, he says the Center for Healthcare Services changed his life.
I don't think I could have gone through it without them.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
All right, still a lot to come here on the news at noon. We are talking 3 new Spurs logos, what they look like, and why they're out and about this season.
Some authors visiting local high school students, hoping to turn them into bookworms and maybe even writers. We have details after the break.
Welcome back. The 10th annual San Antonio Book Festival. It might be over, but the literary celebration is far from over. A couple of authors who took part in the event, they went to a local high school just this morning.
David Bowles and Raul III of Clockwork Curandera, pardon me. It's a series. They were on the Lanier High School campus to make a presentation. Bowles says that he hopes that his graphic novels inspire more students to read, maybe even become writers themselves.
Even if you think you're not a reader and you're not a writer, there is very likely a story out there for you that's going to resonate with you, and you have to look for it. And even if you think that you're not a writer or that your story doesn't matter, there is somebody out there that needs to hear your story, that needs to hear your voice.
So the authors gifted signed copies of the book to all 9th and 10th graders. I love this. We had RJ Marquez out at the actual festival throughout the weekend. And it was so cool to see people out and about. And remember, this was really the first live festival that we had since the start of the pandemic. But I felt a little bad because he was out there Saturday and it got so hot out there.
Oh, I know. I know. I got to tell you, I'm still recovering from Saturday, but Sunday made up a lot.
It was great, wasn't it? We needed the relief so badly. And now we need some rain. We are starting to see some on radar, some showers and storms popping up, and we're expecting more as we get into tonight. The aquifer is up 0.3 of a foot to 644.5, but not in the best of shape. Some rain would do wonders for the aquifer if we could get it to come up a little bit more. In the pollen count, molds are high, 1,900. They jumped up because of some recent rainfall. Grass is in the low category. We'll talk about our rain chances and how they'll play out coming up.
Welcome back. So, a whirlwind of weather is what I'm calling it.
Yes.
You were out and about, said you're still recovering.
I'm still recovering. Well, we had so much fun on Sunday because everybody woke up and they had packed to ride horses over the weekend. No one packed a jacket.
Right.
Why would you pack a jacket?
It was 101 on Saturday, not prepared for Sunday.
It was awesome,
And we were
wasn't it?
scrambling trying to find jackets for everybody because it was not just chilly, it was windy too.
Yeah, it was incredible. 60s Sunday morning. It felt so good yesterday. Still nice today, but we're starting to see an increase in moisture. We're starting to see an increase in showers and storms. I want to show you the radar real quick because if you'll notice down there around Laredo, starting to see storms firing there. You'll notice quite a bit of activity in Mexico. And then we've also got one storm moving from Uvalde County into Medina County. It's a small storm, but it did have a few lightning strikes associated with it earlier. So that's the storm we're talking about right there. Moved right over Sabinal. And then you see some lightning strikes down here just below the banner there. Around Laredo with some of those storms coming in. So let's zoom in a little bit closer on this one storm that we have moving into Medina County. It's a quick mover. It's not going to put down a lot of rain because it is so small, but it is moving just north of Highway 90 at this point. And it shows us that there is energy starting to work into the area, and I think the radar will get a little more active as we head later into the afternoon as our area of low pressure gets a little bit closer to where we are. There's the setup, and there is quite a bit of energy just out to our west starting to move into Texas, and you can see all the showers and storms out ahead of this. And as we get into tonight, I think we're going to see these storms come together into a cluster. We see this a lot of times in the spring, and it'll work west to east towards San Antonio tonight. And that's where I think we get the bulk of the rain that we have in the forecast. Now, there could be some severe weather associated with this too. Where you see this darker pink color, that's where we could see scattered severe thunderstorms. Hail, gusty winds being your main threats. And this includes much of our area. So basically our entire viewing area is within this risk for scattered severe weather later this evening and tonight. Here's a look at the forecast. We'll walk you through it here. By 7 p.m., about a 40% chance of rain. You see some of the heavier storms out west, Rock Springs, Del Rio, Eagle Pass, first in line. And I think that this is where we'll see quite a bit of severe weather. Then as these storms kind of come together, the threat becomes more gusty winds and heavy rain, but a 70% chance of showers and storms around 11 p.m. and into the midnight hour here on San Antonio. This shows quite a bit of rain even through 3 a.m. before it all shifts east and we get a break on Tuesday. Then by Tuesday afternoon, more isolated showers and storms will pop up. The threat of severe weather is still there. And then Tuesday night, we're expecting another cluster of storms coming in from the north and west along a front. This could bring more pockets of heavy rain and more severe storms potentially as this moves southeast. And even into the Wednesday morning commute, we still could see some storms around. So that'll be a time frame we'll need to watch too. Storm threats, I think wind gusts top the list here is probably our biggest threat. But hail is there, moderate risk. Flooding, I'd say a moderate risk, at least in pockets. There could be some street flooding, and then the tornado risk, thankfully, is low. How much rain are we going to see? I'd say on the order of 1 to 3 inches on average. Some places will see a little bit more, maybe some a little bit less, but I think it averages out somewhere in that range. And that would be a good thing if we just got the rain. Unfortunately, it does look like it'll come with some severe weather as well. Temperature-wise, we're starting to see some clearing here, so temperatures are now jumping into the upper 70s, 78 degrees at the airport. 82 Stinson. In the forecast for today, 84 by 3 o'clock. We'll see those rain chances jump up to about 50 to 60% by 7, 8 o'clock. And then tonight, there's your 70% chance of rain, and the temperatures will be in the 70s. It could be pretty loud tonight, and by tomorrow morning, most of that's moving out. 30% chance of rain Tuesday, but a 60% chance Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Does cool down on Wednesday behind that front. And then from there, things dry out, and it heats up once again. 91 Friday, and then mid-90s potentially on Sunday. So a hot and dry Memorial Day weekend, guys.
Not bad compared to what we've had all month.
Just thankful there's rain in the forecast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. All right, you know who's not thankful this morning? Dallas Mavericks fans. Are they starting to lose hope? We're going to have the latest on the highlights in the Western Conference Finals. And of course, it's the big news of the Spurs this morning. 3 new logos honoring the 50th anniversary. We're going to break them down. We'll be right back. Happy Monday and welcome back. Yes, the Spurs are not in the playoffs. We're going to tell you about their logos in just a few moments. For now, we're talking Mavs, Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. It was a must-win for the Mavs. They returned home. They trailed Golden State 2-0. And I got to tell you, Golden State took control early and seemingly easily. All right, so Steph Curry got hot in the beginning. Here we go. End of the first quarter. Luka Doncic from deep. He would cut the lead, but I got to tell you, well, Wasn't easy. Did his little spin move. Good and in. All right, so the Dallas would trail 25-22 after one. Carried the momentum. You saw the beautiful move by Jalen Brunson, but that man right there, bad man from deep, Steph Curry, turning the table. So Dallas would end up leading, but oof, that's a nightmare situation for Luka Doncic and Mavericks fans. Here we go. A slow-mo. Andrew Wiggins putting Luka on a poster. Not great if you're a Dallas Mavs fan. Now, if you're a Golden State fan or an Andrew Wiggins fan, there you go. Golden State headed by 10, and, well, that would pretty much be it. Golden State win 109-100. I like the freeze frame just on Andrew Wiggins. Look at that ferocity. All right, but it's far from over, hopefully, if you're a Mavs fan. NBA playoffs continue. Western Conference Finals. We have, obviously, a 3-0 lead for the Warriors. Next game is Tuesday, 8 o'clock. And on the other side, Eastern Conference Finals, we have a game this evening, 7:30. Boston taking on the Heat. Just learned that Tyler Hero is not playing, so maybe the Celtics can tie it up. That's also, fun fact, it's going to be live on KSAT 12. And here we go, the story we've been talking about. San Antonio Spurs fans, well, expect to see 3 new logos on uniforms and on merchandise next season. The Spurs announced that the team is adding 3 secondary logos to their brand. They're derived from the iconic Spur design. It's going to remain the primary logo. One of the designs, a Texas shaped with a black outline and the spur in the middle. Another design includes the letters SATX in silver and black, plus a spur at the bottom. And the third new logo, a basketball filled with the letters SATX in silver and black. Full web story, head to KSAT.com. Really interesting stuff. All right, so if basketball is not your grind, we had a lot of drama for the final round of the PGA Championship at Southern Hills Country Club in Tulsa, Oklahoma. What a charge from Justin Thomas. He entered the day 7 strokes back. He pulled within a stroke of the leader thanks in part to a beautiful bunker shot in par 4 17th. Thomas with a 3 under 67 finished his round at 5 under, putting pressure on Mito Pereira. He entered the day with a 3-stroke lead on the field, but he melted down on the very last hole. He double bogeyed the 18th. He fell out of contention. So he finished tied for 3rd. Will Zalatoris, though, look at that. He was the only one who had a chance keeping pace with Justin Thomas. He sunk a par putt on 18. He forced a 3-hole playoff, tied at 5 under. JT, though, Justin Thomas, not Justin Timberlake, took a lead thanks to a birdie on the 2nd hole, sunk a par putt, final hole, secured the victory. Justin Thomas winning his 2nd career PGA Championship, matched the 3rd largest comeback ever in a major championship history. So let's take a look at the final numbers. At the top, we got Justin Thomas, Will Zalatoris, Mito, which pretty sure he was like 100-1 entering the game or entering the round. Fantastic. So, you know what? Maybe this is a stepping stone. Cameron Young, Tommy Fleetwood. Here we go. There you go. I would.
At this point, any of them is great. I don't care which one it is. I mean, you know, as Tom Brady always says, your favorite Super Bowl is your next one, and that's what my favorite major is. And at this moment, it's definitely this guy right here.
I mean, come on. That's it. First off, you're going to quote Tom Brady. You got to play like Tom Brady. But that is good. Your favorite one is the next one. So congratulations, Justin Thomas, and good luck on the next one.
Just like a movie if you're an actor.
Yeah.
Next movie's my favorite.
Oh, I like that. We're going to talk about movies in just a bit. Look at that tease.
Brilliant. What can I say? More cases of monkeypox now confirmed. That's not so good. Not brilliant. Healthcare officials are saying that some people are at higher risk than others. We are going to explain that in the next half hour.
All right, so we've been seeing shortages of seemingly everything, and now that includes diesel fuel. How the Biden administration is working to address that need, we're going to explain in just a bit.
Smart speakers, they're handy for a number of things like answering questions, finding recipes, setting reminders, and of course playing your favorite music. They've also come a long way since hitting the market in 2014. It's why coming up today at 5, we're going to show you what's on the market and whether it's worth a first-time buy or even an upgrade if you already have one. New fears about a global monkeypox outbreak. Nearly 200 cases have been confirmed in countries where the virus is not normally found, and dozens more are suspected, including a new one here in the U.S. ABC's Elwin Lopez has more.
Florida becoming the 3rd state to detect a potential case of monkeypox as cases continue to spread across the globe. President Biden saying he doesn't foresee the country enacting the same 21-day quarantine rules implemented in Belgium for people who contract the virus.
We have vaccines to care for it, to take care of it.
The president clarifying statements made yesterday, calling the virus a major concern.
I just don't think it rises to the level of the kind of concern that existed with COVID-19, but I think people should be careful.
There are reportedly more than 190 confirmed or suspected cases in at least 16 countries. The White House COVID-19 response coordinator says more are likely to follow.
I would not be surprised if we see a few more cases in the upcoming days. Anytime we have an infectious disease outbreak like this, we should all be paying attention.
The rare virus is related to smallpox, and at first, the symptoms may resemble those of the flu, but monkeypox can also cause telltale blisters like these. Experts say those at higher risk of severe disease are pregnant women.
We know how to treat this if people get really seriously ill. For example, we have an antiviral that has activity. We have, antibodies that can be deployed if needed. Number three, we have a vaccine that we can use in the general population.
Now, that was Elwin Lopez reporting. Doctors are reminding people that the fatality risk is usually low with this particular strain. However, symptoms, not fun, include fever, swollen lymph nodes, and lesions. And all that lasts between 14 and 21 days. I'm going to have more on the risk factors today on the news at 5 and I believe at 6 o'clock as well.
All right. Let's take a live look outside at the Alamo City. All right, so we had storms, but a lot of people in the loop, not getting a lot of rain.
Yeah, that was Saturday night, and the storms just kind of fell apart as they came into San Antonio. So we promised you'd get a couple more chances here to get some rain. Those chances are in place tonight and again Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. I want to show you the satellite radar right now. We're starting to see some clearing here around San Antonio. We have that one little shower or storm moving through Medina County. Otherwise, the heavy stuff's still out there in Mexico, but the lift is definitely starting to pick up. We're seeing more and more activity out here. And this is all going to kind of come together, I think. Move towards Del Rio, Eagle Pass a little bit later this afternoon and tonight, and then moving towards San Antonio during the overnight hours. That's how the timing looks right now. A little closer look. And then a couple more storms out near Carrizo Springs as well. We'll keep an eye on those as they work their way north and east. Temperature-wise, we're at 78 degrees at the airport right now, 83 Pleasanton, 75 Kerrville, 77 in Hondo, and 77 out in Del Rio. A little more moisture today, so the humidity is a little thicker. 76 Boulevardy, 73 right now, Bernie Sage. And our forecasts as we plan it out hour by hour here with our KSAT 12-hour forecast. 20% chance of rain 3 o'clock, at least here in San Antonio, and a 40% chance at 6 o'clock, 84. We start to see those chances really ramp up this evening, and tonight, 70% chance of rain 10 p.m. through midnight, and that probably carries over to 2, 3 a.m. into tomorrow morning. We'll be here all day to let you know that KSAT weather app, always a good tool to have. We'll send out any alerts that come out for these storms. We'll send them your way and keep you updated throughout the day and into tonight, guys.
It's nice to have something to watch like that.
Thank you, Justin. Jury selection continues in Broward County, Florida for the sentencing trial of Parkland shooter Nicholas Cruz. Now, the court screened more than 1,500 people, and so far only 20% of them are eligible. So the judge is aiming to have 12 jurors in the box, and he's aiming to have 8 alternate jurors ready to fill just in case. Now, once selected, jurors will decide whether or not to recommend the death penalty for Cruz. Remember, he pleaded guilty to 17 counts of murder and 17 counts of attempted murder in that 2018 shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. The sentencing trial is expected to start in June, and it is expected to last several weeks.
The Biden administration is considering a rarely used stockpile to ease the diesel shortage in the U.S. The president wants to release fuel from the Northeast Home Heating Oil Reserve. Analysts say, though, this is only going to ease the shortage for a short period of time. According to AAA, the average gallon of diesel costs $5.56 on Sunday. Diesel fuel, a major contributor to the U.S. economy, providing fuel to farmers and those transporting goods nationwide.
And speaking of President Biden, on his first trip to Asia as commander-in-chief, President Biden once again making waves for comments about Taiwan. Those comments generating a strong response from China. For the second time in 8 months, President Biden saying the United States would use its military to defend Taiwan if China were to attack Taiwan. And it appears to be a departure from long-standing United States policy. ABC's Justin Finch explains what the White House is now saying.
In Japan, President Biden's making news during his high-stakes Asia trip after making these remarks about Taiwan.
Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
You are.
That's the commitment we made.
The president suggesting U.S. armed forces could be called in to defend Taiwan from Chinese aggression.
We agree with a one China policy. We signed on to it. But the idea that it can be taken by force, is just not appropriate.
The president made similar comments last October that also sparked controversy. Today, President Biden insisting the repercussions of not aiding Taiwan could lead to a situation similar to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Former Central Intelligence Agency Director David Petraeus saying on CNN, Biden's words appear to harden current U.S. policy.
It's also obviously a much more forward-leaning than the strategic ambiguity that has characterized the policy for well over 4 decades.
The White House tried to clarify Biden's comment, saying the president only reiterated the U.S.'s ongoing commitment to provide Taiwan with military means to defend itself. China's foreign ministry responding, urging the U.S. to abide by its one China principle and to not underestimate China's ability to defend itself, adding that it considers Taiwan a Chinese territory and won't allow other nations to interfere in its domestic affairs. When asked if he wanted to clarify his remarks about the U.S. defending Taiwan, the president refused. Taiwan's foreign ministry now expressing gratitude to President Biden for his, quote, rock-solid commitment to Taiwan. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
It's that time of the year. Our high school Great Graduate Series gives us a chance to recognize some of our most outstanding local students who've achieved both in and outside the classroom.
Our Jonathan Cotto introduces us to a South San Antonio High School student, Jacob Cifuentes, tells us about all the challenges that Jacob's faced.
Jacob Cifuentes is no ordinary senior at South San Antonio High School. His academic career has been a constant juggle between performing as a student athlete and hitting the books. He says his academic success started with his triumphs in football.
My freshman year was a good year. I played one freshman game, went up to JV.
Cifuentes playing varsity for 3 consecutive years. He says it's been football that's really helped keep him focused and determined in and outside the field.
It's a very good experience to have, like, sports, not just football, just any sport, track, basketball, any of those. It's really good for, I think, all the students that are in it, because it helps having that guide of the coach guide you like a father figure. It's a very good thing.
He says one of his biggest challenges has been learning to balance his time between athletics and academics, and adds the pandemic didn't exactly make things easier.
It was a lot to handle mentally too, physically, mentally. But yeah, when school opened up again, thank God it did. I was able to come in and get some help from the teachers and tutor, and I was able to get my grades up to where I wanted them to be.
Cifuentes never threw in the towel. Instead, he worked harder, and that hard work has paid off. He's been chosen to play in this year's All-Star football game and is a member of the National Honor Society. Don Thomas, one of Cifuentes' teachers and NHS advisor, says he's an excellent illustration of a student who exemplifies the qualities of a humble and admirable character.
Jacob himself has completed over 200 service hours his senior year of high school. Our requirement was only 50 because of COVID, because of the limitations it put on. So he just really went above and beyond. He's always been there. He's offered to help. He's done whatever for his school, for his community, and he's always giving back.
Jacob was accepted to Texas State University and plans to major in biology with the goal of attending dental school.
There's a saying that my coach would say. He says, you aren't born a winner, you aren't born a loser, you're born a chooser. So I think those words have really helped with the choices I made.
Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
I like that quote. That was good.
You gonna steal that?
I probably will, to be honest. I wish we could choose the weather, though.
Yeah. I tell you, this is not bad. These temperatures are all right.
They are, considering where we've been most of May. So far today, 79 degrees, and I think we're going to stay right at about average or a little bit below. Yesterday it was below average for the first time in forever. So it's good to see the temperatures where they are today. The record is 99 set back in 1996. The record low is 53 back in 1892. Neither one of those records are in jeopardy, but we do know that rain is on the way tonight. We'll talk more about those chances coming up.
Welcome back. So it's funny because you talk to me and I'm like, oh, it was way too hot on Saturday. And then you talk to Ursula and she's like, oh, it's too cold on Sunday. So it's really like a Goldilocks thing going on.
We're never happy, you know.
Can't win.
Actually, I was very happy with Sunday. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Compliments to the weather chef.
It was nice.
Is Justin the weather chef?
He's the weather chef.
Okay. Got to put that in the graphic.
New nickname?
Yeah, I like it.
I feel good about it.
It was a little breezy, though, on Sunday.
Well, it was, but the temperatures really were nice. And now we need some rain. So let's get the ingredients, put them together, and create some showers and storms a little bit later today. I think the chances are there. Let's first start with the radar. And we noticed that we're getting some pretty good development down to our south and west now. Notice all the lightning strikes you see down there in Mexico. That's the first little piece of energy that looks like it's going to work its way up into our area and create some showers and storms. And these look like they're pretty healthy as they're growing a little bit and moving towards Carrizo Springs. So let's zoom in a little bit closer here. You see all the lightning strikes, quite a few of them. In fact, oh no, we tilted the radar there a little bit too much. Here we go. We'll zoom out some and get back to where we need to be. Oh man, we went, there we go, all the way to the west. So Carrizo Springs, here we are. And you can see that these storms are moving in your direction. Now this is flipped, so let me get back to where we need to be here. We'll go back to the home, flip it around so we don't make you dizzy there, and zoom back in on this storm here around Carrizo Springs. Again, it's moving north and east, probably some pretty heavy rain with this as it is about to move into town, and you notice some of those brighter reds there. Could even be a little bit of small hail. I doubt it. We haven't had any reports of anything like that, but some gusty winds, certainly some lightning strikes as this moves towards the city of Carrizo Springs. We'll keep an eye on this. I think this cluster could grow a little bit more as it moves north and east and towards the San Antonio area, perhaps a little bit later today. And we've got that one other little storm going on in Medina County as well. Right now, we're noticing that we've got mostly cloudy skies here in town. 78 degrees at the airport. Dew point is at 66 and easterly winds at about 7 miles per hour. Gusty winds aren't there, but I think with some of these storms tonight, we will see some pretty strong winds, something to keep in mind. 85 Pleasanton, 84 Cotulla, 76 in Kerrville, 76 right now Fredericksburg. A lot of places here in Bexar County still in the 70s, but that won't last. 80s will be showing up here very soon. And we showed you the satellite and radar here. So yes, things are becoming a little bit more active. We're seeing some breaks in the clouds too, so that means we'll get a little more instability throughout the afternoon. And as we zoom out a bit, you can see that there is quite a bit of action out across the Big Bend of West Texas into Mexico, and that's out ahead of an area of low pressure, which is starting to make its way into Texas. The severe weather risk today, this area here in dark pink, that's where there is a scattered risk for scattered severe strong storms a little bit later today, and that includes basically the entire area. So the threat is there, and as we look at the forecast, by say 7 o'clock, this shows a lot more storms out west, a cluster, in fact, and this will work its way towards San Antonio overnight. This is when I think our best chance of rain will be 70% overnight, and this may last into the early morning hours tomorrow before moving out. Morning commute may be okay, but the roads are still probably going to be wet. Just, you know, keep tuned to KSAT, and we'll let you know kind of the timing there. But as of right now, the morning commute could be okay. 30% chance for some isolated storms tomorrow afternoon. And then we'll get more showers and storms moving in late Tuesday night, early Wednesday, 60% chance of rain. So there's some good opportunities here, and this may even last into the day on Wednesday. How much rain will it add up to? We think in general 1 to 3 inches. There could be some pockets of heavier rain. If we do see some heavier rain tonight, there could be some minor street flooding if it comes down at a quick rate, and that's a possibility. 20% chance 3 o'clock. We'll see that rise to 50% chance to 60% chance by 8 p.m. and then a 70% chance overnight with those showers and storms. Here's the extended forecast. 86 tomorrow, then another 60% chance Tuesday night into Wednesday. Most of the rain moves out by Wednesday afternoon, and then temperatures warm up. 87 Thursday, 91 Friday, and mid-90s by Sunday.
All right, well, we're having way too much fun here at the News at Noon.
You know, we should merge shows sometimes with SA Live.
Speaking of which, are you guys having fun?
Yes. When are we not?
You want some
In
samples?
fact, yes, we're always trying to gear you up for your next party. And I know this weekend, of course, the holiday weekend, and we've got something that will help make your next party pop.
Yes, Gabby Oliva with La Preparada Products is here, and we hear at your farmers market that you sell out all the time. What is the reason for that?
The mix is just so good. It's just so smooth. It's not spicy. It's delicious. We have two flavors. We have original, and then we have a Piccadilly Chamoy Michelada. I'm going to show you two how to make a drink right now.
All right, Piccadilly Chamoy.
Piccadilly Chamoy Michelada.
All right, you got to stick around for that. Also, if you're looking for something to eat on Memorial Day, we have help today from Complete Eats. Chef Adrian Perez is whipping up a watermelon salad and a bacon-inspired potato salad. Oh, my mouth is watering.
Oh, yes, and we show you one of the easiest ways to cool off. Yes, with the Mr. Cooler portable cooling misting system. It already looks refreshing.
I know, and if you want to have some fun in the backyard, how about supporting a veteran-owned business? He's also a dad, and you have time still to get your orders for these giant yard games. We're going to tell you all about that.
All right, all that and more when SA Live continues in just a few minutes, including some summer style for the guys. We've got Bare Essentials here, and they are going to show you some great swim trunk looks that will suit you.
Yes, and what's your Monday motivation? I want to know. Maybe a fun picture, maybe a song. Alicia Keys right here. All right, share that with us. We may share it in the show. We'll see you then.
Welcome back. We'll be keeping a close eye on the radar today. Already starting to see more development down there around Carrizo Springs. We should continue to see the radar become more active as we head into the late afternoon and evening hours, and especially overnight tonight. We'll let you know if any warnings or anything like that come out. In the meantime, 70% chance of rain overnight tonight. Another chance coming up tomorrow and especially Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So some opportunity for rain here. We're hoping for heavy rain, not necessarily the severe weather, but it looks like we'll get one with the other. 87 Thursday, 91 Friday, and it does heat up by the weekend, guys.
All right. Justin Horn was on KSAT News Now earlier, and he had such a good line where we're really walking that fine line. We need the rain, but we hate all the flooding and the severe weather that we have to deal with.
We hate the hail and the high winds and all of that, and we have a chance for all of that.
All right. Well, that is it for the News at Noon.
All right. They're already planning parties over at SA Live, and are we invited?
I hope so.
I think you're all invited.
It starts right now.
Celebrate San Antonio. Coming to you live from historic Market Square. This is SA Live.
Yes, you guys over there at the studio, y'all are always invited. Yes, hello. And happy Monday. Look at that. Why don't you bring that in right there?
Those are ours. Leave them right
Park
there.
it
Thank you.
right there. Park that yum yum. Yes, good afternoon. I'm Fiona Gorostiza.
I'm Jen Tobias Stresky, filling in for Mike Osterhage. You know, we're talking about Monday motivation.
Yes.
Is there something that gets you going? Maybe it's a cute photo. Maybe it's a song. For me, that's what it is.
Oh, for
Alicia
sure.
Keys. Yes.
Music. Yes, anything with a great beat, please. So let us know what helps you get motivated on a Monday. Let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter. All right, well, one thing that could get you motivated today is looking ahead to the long weekend and the kickoff to summer. One classic summer treat is getting a fresh new take from a local food truck.
Raven Jackson, owner of You Smackin', is here to show us how to make these beautiful banana pudding cookies, and you brought some other goodies. I'm excited.
This is great motivation.
Welcome, yes.
Okay. What gets you motivated?
Music. It's definitely music in my house. It's the distraction for everything with a cookie.
All right. Okay, so what have we got here and what are we making?
Well, on the side and the front here, we have Twisted Cocomels. My nephew Quentin named those for me. He's a coconut fanatic. And right in the middle here, we have the banana pudding cookie that you guys are gonna assemble. This is the hot cookie in San Antonio right now.
I love that it looks like an egg. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, the cookie and the cookie.
Okay, so how do we top it off? Because that's the finished product right
That
there,
is,
right?
yes, ma'am. You're gonna put a little banana pudding sauce on top of the cookie first.
These are very popular, right?
They are. And then you'll put a little cookie crumble on top of the sauce.
You know who loves banana pudding? Mike. So, Mike, if you're
sorry,
watching
Mike.
right now, I'm not even going to
We'll
bring
take
this
a
over
bite.
to your house.
We'll take a bite for you.
And then you'll drizzle that on top of the cookie crumble.
How'd you come up with this cookie?
You know what? It was an argument in the house with the sir. With my husband.
And?
He wants to go nitpick off of everything, and I'm like, I can make this better. We're not picking over everything in these stores.
I was going to say, he's here, so he survived. Okay.
He survived, but now I work harder because of this cookie that we had a bet about. So that's how the cookies came along.
Okay. And you brought, of course, there's more there, of course,
Yes,
at
we
USMAC
do.
and Southern Foods.
With USMAC and Southern Foods, we also have, it's a trailer, a food trailer. So we also provide smothered truffle butter pork steaks. We do truffle buttered beef steaks, and we have Southern peach Cornish hens. And we also have Southern green beans. So we do a lot of the Southern slang and thing on the truck here.
And I love that the family works together, right?
Yes, we do.
You guys all have your parts. Tell me about that.
We do. For the most part, I work in the background with the snacks. My husband, Q, he's the creator. He's the pit master. He's gonna work the pit, work the meat, sauce the meats up. And then we
He's
have
doing a great job. This is amazing.
And then we have my son, Terrell. He's 17, and he's the pit apprentice. So if my husband can't be there, or if he's in my way, my son comes and he moves the things around. And my daughter Tamani, she helps dress the cookies. She's the artistic one. So she likes to color, and so she makes sure that the colors look right, the presentation is right. It's definitely a family-orientated business.
Okay, and this is a twist on Southern comfort food, right?
Yes, it is. The truffle butter. And it's smoked.
And the cookies we're seeing on screen?
Oh,
my
yeah,
goodness.
those, let me tell you, Little Debbie don't got nothing on you smacking. Little Debbie, nothing. Those are banana pudding cookies. We do strawberry cheesecake cookies. We do custom cinnamon rolls. So if there's a flavor that you like for a cinnamon roll, we can customize it and make that cinnamon roll flavor for you.
And how did you guys get started?
We actually got started in COVID. I've been a nurse for 17 years, and COVID took us down to where we actually had to learn each other again because we were all over the place. And this actually became my therapy.
Kitchen therapy, yes.
Yes, kitchen therapy. It was definitely kitchen therapy. We gained the pounds too, but I'll take the cookie.
Yes.
I'll still take the cookie.
And where can people find your food truck?
Most of the time we are on the corner of Ritterman and Castle Cross. There's a train tracks right there, and there's a Circle K on the corner. Most of the time on the weekends and sometimes during the week, you can catch us right on the corner, and it's like an abandoned gas station. And you'll see our tents up, and you'll see the smoke going, and we'll be there.
And you guys give back to the community as well, right?
Yes, we do. We own Bexar County Panthers. They are a Little League youth football team. And this year, actually, this was our first season as a whole team, and they're actually going to McAllen. They are undefeated. Our 7U team is undefeated. So most of the time when they had lost their funds during COVID, this is how we helped them recoup their funds through USMAC, and so that we can fund the community. That is definitely our family community initiative.
And your son who's here today helps out too,
yes,
right?
my son, he helps out in the kitchen and he helps out on that football team. So Terrell.
She keeps you busy.
I do keep him busy. I do keep him busy. He cannot be stagnant. Idle is a devil's workshop. So my kids got to move their feet, all of them.
I love that it's a family business.
Yes,
Beautiful.
thank you so much. For more information on USMAC, and just head to our website, salive.com, and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab, or just snap that QR code on your screen. All right, well, looking to add some fun to your next family party, or maybe find that unique Father's Day gift.
Yes, Sunshine Woodworks is a veteran-owned business. The owner has turned his love for woodworking into a yard games calling. Take a look.
KSAT 12 celebrates Military City, USA, powered by USAA.
We have a lot of family cookouts and barbecues at the house and friends over. We needed a little bit more entertainment in the backyard. So I went online and I Googled family entertainment, backyard fun. I learned real quick on how to build a Jenga set and a washer set out of the minimal tools that I had. Long story short, I just started making games. I figured out that they do sell, and next thing I know, I have business cards, social media pages, and a pretty good following.
Hector Santiago is making a name for himself, creating backyard games with a custom touch. It's a hobby he started back in 2016, growing into a business he proudly calls Sunshine Woodwork.
So my mom used to sing us "Sunshine, You Are My Sunshine" every night before bed, me and my little brother. So I still do the same thing with my kids, and keeping it as, a family business and trying to, teach them along the ways, and maybe one day they can, take the reins and keep the tradition going of Sunshine Woodworks. It was easy to just depict Sunshine Woodworks, and the name itself just means a lot to myself and my kids. I am a veteran. I spent 13 years active duty in security forces in the United States Air Force. I am still in the reserves.
And if you're wondering what the best part about this experience is for Santiago,
favorite part, to be completely honest, is the customer's reaction, the responses I get. I think that's the best part. Coming out here and being able to tinker with all this stuff, definitely therapeutic. It's good to get away. Not necessarily get away, but just like come out here and just like, it's kind of like my Zen type stuff. But yeah, I just enjoy doing it. We make Jenga in 2 different sizes. We have jumbo and we have junior. Your jumbo is going to be your standard size that you would see at any kind of restaurant or bar or brewery. And your junior size is going to be a little bit more kid-friendly. It's a little bit more lighter and a little bit more easier to move around. And we also make washers, 3-hole and 1-hole. We make ladder golf and hook and ring and Yahtzee.
Santiago takes his orders online through his social media pages, but he also has inventory available off Main Street in Boerne.
The good things about the yard games that we make, they're year-round. They're for any occasion. They're good for anything for a gift. They're good for a Father's Day gift. They're good for a birthday gift. They're good for a Christmas gift. They're also good for any kind of tailgating. You've got, around here, your river trips. You've got camping. A lot of popular, anything outdoors, this can do.
This is just one of many veteran-owned businesses in and around San Antonio that you can show support for.
We've had quite a few good ratings on our Facebook page. Those are the things that keep me going.
For SA Live.
Ultimately, I could see this being my retirement plan. I mean, just something to keep me busy whenever I'm retired.
I'm Jen Tobias-Trusky.
And if you want to get your Father's Day order in, do it now, because he's already getting full on orders. And again, you can order through his Facebook or Instagram page, but you can also find him at 222 Main Street. There's shops there. You can go buy something for Dad or any occasion.
For more, of course, on Sunshine Woodworks, all you have to do is head to our website, click on the As Seen on SA Live tab, or just snap that QR code you see on your screen. Still ahead on the show, these products are hot. In fact, they sell out at nearly every farmer's market. What makes them so popular and how you can use them to spice up your next party.
But first, no pool, no problem. This is one of the easiest ways to cool off, and it was created here in the Alamo City. How this clever product works and how you can get your hands on it just in time for summer, it's next on SA Live.